Hey guys! Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I recorded. It feels so good to be back here. If you're new to this channel, my name is Wame and I like to make travel content while talking about topics like personal development and pursuing our dreams, because that's like literally my favorite topic to ever talk about. Before we get into that, I would love to give a special shout out to Zambia because my most viewed video happens to be the one I made in Zambia, and so thank you. I forgot how to say thank you. No, I can't. Zikomo, 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 zikomo. Hey. So this is my first video of 2024, long form that is, because I've been dabbling with shorts if you noticed, but this video is just to say hi and share with you some of the highlights of my living abroad experience so far. Living abroad has been a dream come true. It all started with my dad. Back in the day when I was a very small girl, he went to do his master's abroad in the UK. And every time he would tell us about the transport system, how organized it was, he couldn't stop. He would always be raving about it. Tell us about the beautiful places, Birmingham, London, what. So I was hooked ever since. I just said, you know what, I want to experience this transport system. I want to see, what are you talking about? You don't have combis? You have times for the buses, like they come exactly at the time. All of those things, you'd pay with there was an automated way of paying, something like that. I was like, I really want to experience all of this. And so I think it was really embedded in me from a very young age. That seed was planted from a very long time ago and it just wouldn't let go. And so when it came for us to choose our courses at university, just after finishing Form 5, I wanted to do medicine, partly because I love human physiology, but also because I knew that I would be sent abroad to do my medical school at the time, right? Before we even had our first medical school in Botswana. But then that didn't work out. I didn't get into medical school. Literally my dream was delayed. But then China opportunity came a few years down the line. You can imagine, I just knew that I want to go abroad and I wanted to go where my dad went. That's just how the dream was. And so when China came, I was like, well, you know, it's still abroad. China, I hadn't actually ever thought of living in China. But then I said, well, it's an opportunity to go abroad, which is what I want. So I took it. And but just a very interesting thing here that I want to add is that for China, I had an idea back then also that one day I want to film the old people. I want to come to China and interview the old people and ask them about life, what they think about life, about purpose, because I was fascinated about the fact that they live to a very, very old age, a very long time, and I thought they must be doing something different from what we are doing. Is it the food they eat, the teas? I wanted to sit down with them, having that traditional tea on a low table. I was so fascinated about that. I knew that one day I would love to come to China for that. But that was such a vague thing. It was so arbitrary, so, you know, nothing concrete. So I never really imagined having a scholarship opportunity come to me to go to China and stay in China. So I was like, I don't know. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take the opportunity because I know that by accepting this opportunity, it will ultimately open other doors and I will ultimately be able to visit or stay in the UK one day. This is all to say that, first of all, dreams do come true. So keep believing, keep dreaming. And opportunities may not come packaged the way you had expected. So when they do come in that way, explore them. They might lead you to the ultimate dream. The other nice thing is career advancement. It goes without saying that if you're gonna do masters, you can be sure that you're creating more opportunities for yourself. You can end up working for WHO, the World Health Organization, or other NGOs that require masters. You can end up working in a university. Universities want somebody who has done masters or PhD. I mean, it can only be upwards from here. No, I love this one. Being here is awakening buried dreams. You know, I have always loved research. I remember when I was doing my undergraduate, I kept feeling like, you know what, I really love researching, especially when we got to do our own research for our undergraduate. I just loved being able to read papers that have been done in the field, and getting to find out what the findings were. And I just felt like this is something that I could do. I remember even feeling like I don't even want to finish school. Of course, I want to finish my degree and graduate, of course, but I want to continue. But then I realized that when you start working, sometimes it kind of just keeps just burying the dreams that you had. You get to forget. And I remember somebody once said, Wame, when you finish school, continue to do your masters and whatever else you might want to do, because if you start working, you may not want to go back to school. I see why they said that. Just when you start working, I don't know, it just does something. And I think it's not really even about the money, but just you begin to get into this whole other world, a whole new world, and it's easy to forget the academic world. I'm happy now that being here is really awakening those desires that I had of research, and because I also feel so strongly that my country really lacks a lot of research. There's a serious gap in research, and it makes me so happy if there can be more and more people getting into the academia and contributing meaningfully to the research that is there. And you know, we have this course that I really love, and you know, we call them teachers here. He keeps talking about how Africa, you know, there's this really rich opportunity to research and provide information, and we can be the change makers. So it's just so exciting. So who knows where this may lead? People are publishing papers here, so who knows? Now for the passive income. Woo! Yo, it hit me the other day that, oh my goodness, I'm actually earning passive income in the true sense of the word. So if you have been following this channel, you will know that I have 2 properties, and one of them I was leasing out and one I was living in. So the one that I was living in is the one that had the greatest earning potential than the other one, because the other one is on the outskirts of the city, and then the one that I was living in was right in the middle of the city. I mean, you can guess why I would live in the one in the middle of the city, right? Bougie. Bougie! One of the other reasons I was staying in that house was because it was closer to work, right in the middle. It's very convenient, right? So I decided to stay in it instead of staying in the outskirts. So now that I'm here, that means it's over there and it's available and I can rent it out. So that has been super cool, and I'm so privileged, I'm so blessed, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that. And one of the other exciting things is the way I got to do it, because when I left the country, I had the option of either renting it out unfurnished, meaning I cleared everything out of the house, or I rent it out furnished, which means leaving the furniture inside and allowing the tenant to stay in it as it is. You know, so I will make a separate video about all of this because it's super juicy. I am so grateful to God for the opportunity. It's really amazing. So be on the lookout for the other video that I'll make about this, exclusively for that. Okay. The last thing I want to share is about the rich cultural experience. You know, being here in China, I'm not only experiencing the culture of China, but I'm also experiencing other cultures from other African countries. I mean, now I know there's a thing called gari. So gari, I think, is something that is common in West Africa. Some of them would say, so yeah, I was making gari. You know gari, right? I'll be like, no, you don't know gari. I'm like, oh, cassava, what? I've really enjoyed learning so much from other cultures. So I know that I'm a different woman now, and I'm going to come out richer in my soul. I even have this. Are you ready? I even got this. This is pepper sauce from Liberia. Literally, I saw my Liberian friend, my Liberian classmate and friend. She always had this, and she would add it to the rice, and it just tastes so good. I mean, don't judge don't be fooled by the container. Okay, this stuff is good stuff. So I was like, I want this thing. So she said, no, don't worry. just I'll get somebody to bring mine, and then if you want, I'll get them to bring 2 bottles of this thing. So I said, please do that, include me in that plan. They brought it in all the way from Liberia, and then she went to collect it at the airport, and here we are. I mean, I have my own full bottle. Like, who would have thought? I'm officially Liberian now. Like, you can't get more Liberian than this. And not to mention the networking opportunities, right? This marks the end of my video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. I would love to read your comments and get to know what you think about all of the things that I said, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.